Good morning, Libras. Thanks for hopping on board. You know, I always love having you. What's going on in your world today? Where I'm at, it's another beautiful spring day. Don't you just love it? Yeah. Libra, Libra, Libra. Where are you headed? What's going on with Libra? You're being courageous about something. Wow. Standing in your power. You might have got a promotion or something lately, but let's keep going here. Wow. Wow, this is a powerful reading right off the bat. Right off the bat. Okay. Oh, I haven't seen anything like this for a long time. For some reason, you've had to have a lot of strength. You've been a strong person in your life. I believe you can conquer just about anything you set your mind to, Libra. Your reading here is that of an emperor today. Nobody's pulling you off your throne for anything. You're empathetic with people, you're kind, you're just, you're good, you know how to rule, you know how to, you're a leader. Basically, you're just a really good leader, Libra. And a born leader. You just were born that way. You have the strength for it, the inner strength to carry that kind of a load. So, like I said, you might be getting a promotion at work or something big, or you've come in, or you just are a leader. But you're teamed up with someone here. If you haven't teamed up with somebody else, a partnership yet, you're coming into a great, great partnership here. Got the Lover's card in the upright, right next to the Emperor. And right next to that, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, and it's in the upright too. What we're looking at is you coming into abundance. Now, this isn't something that's just handed to you. I believe this is something that you deserve, that you earn for being the Emperor. This is a perfect partner. It could be romantic or just a business relationship, or whatever you work with somebody, whether it's romantic or not. This is a blessed partnership, a union that you come together that you can create big, wonderful things. And with the 10 of Pentacles right next to it, that's telling me that it's going to happen, or is happening, and you're going to fall into abundance. For who I'm reading for today, Libra, is someone who's got all their ducks in order. Yes, indeedy. This is a Libran who has all their ducks in order, and they stand up for what's right. They know themselves. They know what they want. They know what's right, and you have the strength to do it. You also have the finesse. You're not a bully. You know how to tame the beast within others, calm them down, and then kind of work your magic to get your way. Strategic. You know other people. You understand human psychology, Libra. And that is part of you being an emperor or an empress. Doesn't matter. It's just the energy on the card. There's no gender. Okay, when I see this beautiful union, this creative union that's going to, the best food, wines, real estate. You're working here, you're making money, having a family, you're leaving a heritage, that kind of thing. This is big. This is a big reading today. It's wonderful. Let's see if it continues on that path. Now, something has caused you to take a time out. Distance yourself from other people, possibly even physically, but at least lock yourself in your room or something. You've had to figure something. You've had to do some inner searching, some questioning, and try to come to some realization. Something has caused you to do that. You've been confused. A little disoriented, possibly. This newfound wisdom or insight or power or whatever it is that you've come into, let's say you've come into, I have the feeling here that you've always had this, though. You've always been this way. But it may be actually, you may be even actually getting more powerful. That's why I say it seems like you're rising up here. But this rise that you're going to experience, or are experiencing, is something that's rather confusing for you because it's different. I think you're looking forward to it, and who wouldn't? This is wonderful, but you're a little confused by it, maybe feeling a little insecure, hoping that you can do the job, or you'll be worthy. Looks like there's others possibly too that depend on you in some way. Now, you might not have been real hopeful, or you might not be real hopeful. You might be standing back a bit from this new opportunity, or this rise. Any change that's drastic is going to be a bit scary, right? Change is just makes you a little nervous, little anxious. So, I think what's going to happen to you may be kind of a surprise, kind of shocking to you, and it'll be something that you could only have hoped for, and possibly you'd missed out in the past on things, so you were feeling a little hopeless about your direction. But this is a beautiful, beautiful direction here. Very abundant. Fulfilling. Someone may be wanting to come into you with a message. You might receive some great news in a message of some sort from someone who's excited to tell you about it. Somebody who loves life, who's adventurous, likes to study a lot. They might want to present you with something that's going to open up your world for you. It has something to do with this Ten of Pentacles. It's almost, somebody's going to come in and tell you news of a will or something that's going to really bump start you. Yeah, I kind of feel inheritance here, old money or something. Now this reading, of course, isn't for everybody, but it's for some of you. Yeah, you're being gifted here by the gods, probably. But you're a little uncertain, you're a little anxious, you're a little unsure. You've been unhopeful in the past. You're a little untrusting and feeling insecure here. For some reason, time is of the essence. You need to hurry up. Whatever you're doing here, you need to take care of business. If you're confused, figure it out. Work on it. I don't want to see you miss this opportunity, Libra. Not this. Beautiful relationship, an abundant future, leadership role. looks here like you're not communicating with someone right now. And that possibly is the person that has you confused, threw you off your track, maybe had you under some kind of an illusion. Yeah, something disturbed your apple cart here at some point, which caused you to have to hermitize. And when you were hermitized, distancing yourself from others and going inside to figure things out, you realized that you needed to get going. Time was of the essence. If you didn't take care of what you needed to take care of here pretty soon, that it was just going to get worse down the road. But you're not communicating with someone anymore. There's a break there with someone who had you confused or under some kind of an illusion. And I think you're tired of that. You're tired of feeling like that. This person may come back to try and get back into your energy or back into your life. I don't think you're going to go there. They're going to tell you that, they might tell you that, that you're meant to be together. You're a blessing to each other. And this and that. But you're trying to keep your focus on other options. It looks like there was a point when you were interested in this person. Oh, my nose is running again. Darn allergies. I'm going to go take a break and take care of that. And I'll be back in an instant. I'm back. Just that quick. The magic of technology. Anyway, yeah, I think you're focusing elsewhere now. Your hope has kind of run out with this person that you're not talking to. Looks like you had something going with them, though. Oh, here's what you had going with them. You thought that this was going to be the deal. Yeah, you had some really passionate energy with this person, too. So, it was almost like, shoot, I've lost my train of thought there for a minute. Sometimes I just can't pull words out. Anyway, twin flame energy. I knew there was some fire in there somewhere. You were into a real passionate relationship with this person, and you were having fun, and you were trying to plan for the future to continue the fun to keep rolling. You're not hopeful about that anymore. You're, like I say, it looks like you're focusing on other options or in other directions. But that's what happened here. You were involved with somebody that was very passionate relationship. They might have been a little immature in the romance department and not quite on your level. But there was high hopes there for that relationship. Yeah. You had to really think about it. You had to pray about it. Yeah, it disturbed you, emotionally, right? Yeah, you just wanted it to all end. You wanted a brighter day. You stood up for yourself. I think after you, maybe even a dark night of the soul, I don't know, but you went in and you took a look at everything. And you realized that you were the Queen of Swords. And you are. There you are, right there. And it looks like you stood up to someone and you didn't want to communicate with them anymore. You realized your self-worth and you weren't going to let anybody, pull you down off your throne. I think you'd like to communicate or would communicate, but you're going to see through any BS. Your intuition is very powerful. And there you go. Yeah. You're going to have your Ten of Cups. So it looks like you've got a lot of powerful cards. And they're all positioned in the right position for an incredible future, Libra. Incredible. Love, romance, abundance. Enough to leave a legacy for your family. And you've had a big decision to make. And it was probably about this person who you're not communicating with. Or maybe a little bit if they get a hold. I don't know, but let's just going to say you're not communicating with this person. But you had a lot of deciding to do. You finally made up your mind, or you're close to it. And it was about your relationship with this person. It was a big deal too, major crossroads in your life. Yeah, after you meditated, prayed, did what you had to do in this circumstance, you realized that the love was gone. The love was lost. You weren't feeling it anymore. Or you've always got to heal from these things, but you realized that, here's the love in a balloon, all swollen up. Poke it with a pin and either pops or just... Right now it's a melting balloon, fading balloon. You're just not feeling it. No one's pulling you off your throne, though. You're standing to your ground. You're very strong. Strong leader. Yeah, that first row of cards up there is just, are you kidding me? Powerhouse. Yeah, the anxiety, the fear, it's just about over. I think since you've realized your self-worth and, accepted your position in the world as the Queen of Swords or the King, doesn't matter, like I say, that you found a new self-worth, that you can now release some of this anxiety and everything that you've been going through. Yeah. Clarity's coming into your life. You're going to be receiving a clear, true offer for a new beginning. I really think since it's in this row here with the lovers, I really think this is going to be a great partnership. Could be romantic. I don't see it as really romantic right here, but I do see it as a solid business relationship. So some of you could be partnering up with someone, or even, having a romantic relationship with somebody, but this will be working out in such a way that you will be creating something so powerful that you'll have an abundance. You could be wealthy. You could be absolutely wealthy in this reading. And this Ace of Swords in the upright, that's just telling me that this is going to be an honest, truthful, there's going to be clarity in this relationship. And you two are going to go a long way together. Yeah, like I said, you've got the Ten of Cups and you've got the Ten of Pentacles as well. I mean, that's talking about your life, your home, your livelihood, your family, and receiving it. Those two cards are just backing each other up. Whoa. You know what? A lot of you decided that you're just going to have more fun in your life. Yeah. I think you figured out that once you free yourself from certain people, certain things, life's going to be a lot funner. And you've decided that you are going to try and have as much fun as you can. You know, you're going to get out there and you're going to party. That's what you want to do anyway. Looks like that's what you're going to be doing. You've made some new decisions. And one of them is that you just want to enjoy life more. You don't want to be in any stressful situations if you can possibly help it. Yeah, the power went out on me just before I was going to do this reading. Thought it was my house. Just my house. I didn't know. It just went out. Guess it was the whole town. Some major line was disconnected or something. But that was kind of strange. Power never goes out around here. Unless there's a big accident or some big thing. Anyway, so that got me kind of rattled. I just went to the grocery store and I got all this frozen food and stuff like that. But anyway, came back on. Thank goodness. Alrighty. Oh my gosh. What a coincidence. If you believe in coincidences. Some people don't. I just got through saying that you just want to have more fun. You realize that you need to get out there, circulate, party more, just have fun, right? And the first card I throw out here, this other deck, says, life will become more fun. It's just backing each other up here on these cards. Yeah. You've got a group that you hang out with. They're like a support group. So you can sit around and chat with them and have honest conversations. And there's a certain amount of love energy with this group of people that you hang with. Somebody in your energy, and it could be this person that hurt you and upset you, they feel like they've made a fool out of themselves now for too long. So they might have been, showing you some weird side of themselves, or exposing themselves, or just, drinking too much, or something like that. But they continually embarrass themselves or make a fool out of themselves. And they realize it. Maybe they'll do something about it. Yeah, they feel unworthy now because they've been acting foolish, and you've seen through their game or got to look at who they really are or something. But they're feeling unworthy. Yeah, they're in a pit of despair, basically. They're not feeling good. So whoever you're dealing with, you didn't walk away with them laughing and dancing. No, they don't feel good about this separation, and especially if you're ghosting them. Which it looks like you probably are. Yeah. At the beginning of your relationship with this person, it's as though they tried to convince you, or after things started getting serious or something, and you wanted to be more involved or get more involved, they tried to convince you or gaslight you into believing that it was just all for fun. You know, don't you realize we were just having fun? I'm not taking this seriously. You're not really taking this seriously, are you, Libra? That kind of a thing. And that would be disturbing if you were seriously getting hung up or having deep feelings for somebody, and after a little bit, after they had their way, possibly or whatever, they just said that, hey, it's just for fun, you know. No strings attached. You might have been dealing with somebody that was already involved. And if they'd have cut ties with that person they were involved with, they would have taken a big loss. They may have really wanted to get with you or had all the intentions in the world to get with you and everything like that, but they just weren't ready. Whoever I'm reading for today, you're dealing with somebody that wasn't ready. Whether they were with somebody else or they had a job in the distance or what, just weren't set up right. They're not ready. Now this person, they do feel like they've embarrassed themselves. And now, because they're in like a pit of despair, feeling unworthy, it seems to me you've found your self-worth. They're the ones that are feeling unworthy now and feeling that they're being, receiving some kind of payback at the hand of the universe, like they're getting karma for the way they've been. So this person, they've also been doing some inner work, you know, actually taking a look at their actions, their feelings, their thoughts, all that. You just don't see the opportunities with this person anymore. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, and they know it. They're in despair about it. You might have had a partnership, what you considered a partnership, and thought that was going for you in the right direction here, but you got happiness coming in, but it's going to be a brand new offer. An honest offer. No BS. Oh, this person in your energy may also be going through some financial problems. And they're stretched out too far. And they're stressed by it. Yeah, their circumstances are a little negative right now. And so altogether, this person, in a pit of despair. And you're acting like you don't care. Obviously, you do have feelings and you do care, but they're not seeing it. So you're acting indifferent, and they think you're unbothered by the whole thing. And that's probably the way you want it to be. You're probably bothered, all right, but you don't want them to know you are, or to think you are. Trying to play it cool as a cucumber, it looks like, Libra. Now this person's pretty much down in the dumps, or they were. They feel like they need a burst of energy. They need something to help them out. Yeah. You've got somebody else here who's been fantasizing about you. Right? Someone that's going to come along and sweep you off your feet, it looks like. Some beautiful, beautiful partnership. But you're having a hard time detaching from this other person. Because like I said, it was passionate. Very passionate. Your energies were heavily intertwined. So you're having a problem detaching there, breaking away. Yeah. This person that you're dealing with has a lot of feelings for you. They try to convince you that it was just, just for fun. Slam, bam, thank you, ma'am, or something like that. But that was just their ego. That was just their insecurity. They didn't want to let you know how they felt. They didn't even want to let themselves know how they felt. Yeah, they were avoiding the emotional turmoil that you can get involved with something like this. They didn't want to go there. They resisted, but in the long run they couldn't. If you have feelings for somebody, you have feelings. What are you going to do? Just turn it off? And they get really jealous when they think you're with somebody else. So if you're not with this new person yet, be prepared. The other person's not going to like it. Yeah, they know they're not ready. But they're carrying this hope that you'll still be there when they are ready. They want you to be there. They're hoping you will. So yep, they're in a situation. Could be financial, could be, they're involved with somebody else, or all of the above. Don't let yourself get stuck in any kind of a mental trap. No. Keep an open mind. Step outside the box once in a while and look in, take an overview of everything. Don't get tunnel vision. Keep an open mind. Yeah, you've been feeling alone. You went through a stretch of time where you felt quite alone. A lot of you still might feel alone because you're having trouble getting this person out of your energy. Now, if this person that you're dealing with is with a third party, another party, they're not into it. It looks like they're stuck there for some reason. They find that person that they're with boring now. They might have thought they had something really going on with somebody else. But that faded, and it became just a physical thing. There was no love. This person's hard to love because they don't want to admit their feelings for people. I'm getting the feeling, even though I didn't really get a direct player's card, you were dealing with a player. Someone who didn't want to commit. Somebody who just wanted to take their pleasures, really, call it a day and move on. But they can't. In your case, they couldn't. They still want to be with you. They're hoping you'll be there when they've got all their mess cleaned up or whatever they got going on here. Yeah, they came in and they really shook up your world. This was chaotic for you. It seems to me that you're a very stable, calm person. You were rolling along doing well for yourself, actually. And this person came along and just pulled the rug right out from underneath you. I'm getting a real radical feeling from this person. They're all over the place. Nervous energy I'm getting from them. Yeah, right. They're drawn to you. Yeah, they're a player, and they're drawn to you for the sexual part of the deal, basically. At least at first that's what happened. Now they crave you that way. They miss you. They're fantasizing over you. That's what it looks like. I got a card here that said fantasizing. I thought it was the new guy, but now it's starting to look like the past person can't get you out of their system. It's that physical thing that they desire, too. So you really hooked this person with the lust and the passion here. And now they could have tried to make you jealous, too. I think we got that card last time. Tried to make you jealous, maybe by rubbing other people's names or whatever in your face, or telling you how cool somebody else is when they should have been talking about you, how cool you were, you know. Well, let's just take one more card. Yeah, whatever you did, whatever you said, you made it clear to them at a certain point. When you got up on your throne and showed them that you were the real Queen of Swords, you made it clear how you felt, what your rules were, how things were going to go down in your life, and you weren't going to budge from that. It took some strength, but you took your time. You gathered that strength. Some of you, like I said too, also might be moving up in work, or just you're a leader. Natural born leader is what I'm getting out of this first row up here. Anyway, we'll look at this story some more next time. It's a little strange today. Anyway, until then, peace and love to you.